Hey everyone, thanks for coming back. Thus, what I'm going to talk about tonight is the main way to make life happen on other planets. There are many good things going on at SpaceX. For example, Starlink is amazing because it connects people all over the world and pays for a lot of what we do here. Falcon 9 is our main lift vehicle for Earth, and it's also used for more launches by companies other than SpaceX Starship. On the other hand, is the first rocket that was made to make life possible on other planets, and success is one of the possible results. Before this rocket, there was no way to bring life to another world. Hi, and welcome back to Tesla Stock News, your go-to source for all the latest news in technology, space research, and groundbreaking car improvements. This episode is truly out of this world because we look at the newest advances from SpaceX, Elon Musk's innovative space company that keeps pushing the limits of what's possible beyond Earth's atmosphere. In this show, we'll look at all the little details of SpaceX's newest rocket technologies and launch plans. We'll also look closely at how these improvements make space travel more efficient and how they compare to the technology progress Tesla is making in the car business. We'll talk about everything from SpaceX's creative use of materials in their rockets to the planning of future settlements on the moon. Hold on tight and get ready for a trip that will take us from the roads we drive on to the stars we hope to reach. Also, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks for coming to Tesla Stock News Asterisk. Let's begin. Okay, folks, here's what you need to know from the most recent X takeover. Elon Musk gave us a hint that Starship could take off as early as late August or late September. Can you picture how busy that event was? It seems like everyone is holding their breath for the big moment. You guys, SpaceX isn't just planning any old rocket launch. They want to use what they call metal chopsticks to catch the world's biggest rocket booster in the air. That sounds crazy, right? What a sci-fi idea. But Musk and his team are the only ones who can make it happen. Since this is the same person whose Tesla electric cars are changing the way people move on Earth, the sky is the limit. What's left for this huge rocket to do before it can light up the sky? SpaceX still needs to do a full wet dress test, which is a big practice. That's a launch practice run, but the rocket isn't actually going into space. Now that both the ship and the booster have been tried on their own, it's time to see how they work together. Plus, they have to go through a lot of red tape. They're still waiting for a launch license, and the FAA is okay. Also, there are new plans to make Starbase, the place where all this rocket magic happens, bigger. The gigafactories are like Tesla's gigafactories, which make the sleek electric cars. The new air separation plant that SpaceX is putting in will use nitrogen and oxygen as both fuel and cooling systems. It is expected that this way will save both time and money, similar to how Tesla makes its electric cars more cost-effective. SpaceX wants to make fueling easier by cutting down on the number of tanker trucks needed at the launch site. This is important for supporting frequent launches and future trips to Mars. It's kind of like how Tesla made it easier to charge electric cars. As part of their redesigning process, SpaceX has also shown 3 possible plans for their new Starship launch pad, which they have named Launch Pad B. The first design option has flame pits that are symmetrical, which looks a bit like the dual exhaust systems in high-performance Tesla cars. Variant B has only one diverter, which makes the construction simpler but could also bring new problems. Variant C moves the flame pit away from important people and equipment, putting safety and the long-term health of the infrastructure first. These designs show that SpaceX is listening to the community. Just like Tesla improves the features of its cars based on what people say, each choice has its own benefits, and SpaceX wants the public's opinion to help them make their final choice. SpaceX doesn't just launch rockets, it also pushes the limits of space technology, similar to how Tesla does the same with cars. Recently, they've made a lot of progress at their new Starship launch pad, where they've been trying a number of new ideas. This is real progress in the study of space, not just theory. The new launch pad is made to handle the tough needs of Starship and make launches more efficient, in the same way that Tesla tries and improves its cars at their proving grounds. SpaceX is carefully improving its launch technologies, which could one day help us settle on Mars. SpaceX has added a hot staging ring that changes the way the stages of Starship are separated from each other, which is different from how rockets usually launch. With this change, the booster can burn longer, which sends more mass into orbit. To compare, it's like making a Tesla better so it has more range and better speed. But for space travel, with this new gear installed, Booster 12 is now fully ready for Flight 5. This improvement isn't just about power, it's also about efficiency and pushing the limits of how much can be sent into space. This is similar to how Tesla is improving the economy and range of its cars. SpaceX is putting the finishing touches on Ship 30 to make sure everything is ready for launch, just like Tesla does with new cars before they hit the road. Both businesses stand out in their fields because they pay close attention to every detail. There's also talk that the FAA might make a big change to SpaceX's launch protocol, which would let them send up to 25 Starships each year. This could greatly speed up SpaceX's plans to settle on Mars, similar to how Tesla quickly increased production of electric cars to meet demand around the world. SpaceX is moving its Dragon capsule rescue operations to the West Coast. This is similar to Tesla's proactive safety recalls. This choice was made because of problems with Dragon ship trunk debris, which was meant to burn up on re-entry. But pieces of the trunk have survived and fallen on land more than once, which could be dangerous. By moving rescue operations, SpaceX hopes to lower risks and improve safety. This shows their dedication to dependability and public safety, which are core values in Tesla's approach to making cars and keeping customers safe. United Launch Alliance (ULA) is being greatly affected by SpaceX's growth as it continues to win more contracts and become more visible in the aerospace industry. Tesla changed the auto industry with its efficient and inexpensive electric cars. Similarly, SpaceX is changing the aerospace market with its new and inexpensive approach to space launches. It used to be that ULA had most of the market, but SpaceX's relationships with NASA and the Department of Defense (DoD) are getting stronger. ULA is also having trouble getting rid of older rockets and getting fewer launch contracts from the DoD. This shows how much pressure SpaceX is putting on ULA to keep up with them. ULA already has a lot of problems, and the Vulcan rocket is having trouble getting certified right now. The Vulcan needs to make 2 safe flights with any payload before it can be used for regular launches, but delays and problems with the payload have made it hard to build. This could make the DoD look at cheaper and more reliable options. This is similar to what's happening in the auto industry, where traditional makers have had to speed up innovation to keep up with the rise of electric cars led by companies like Tesla. Just like Tesla sparked a move towards electric cars, SpaceX's innovations are forcing big names in flight to change or risk falling behind. Also, here's some interesting trivia. The moon is a barren landscape with no atmosphere that makes it hard for people to live there, mostly because of the strong radiation and frequent micrometeorite hits. Tesla builds cars that can handle rough conditions on Earth, and now scientists are looking at caves on the moon as possible safe places for humans to stay. Over 200 cave entrances have been found on the moon's surface in recent studies. These holes could be natural shelters that protect people from the dangerous environment on the moon. The importance of these findings is huge. Even though the moon's surface is rough and open, these caves could be a big step forward in the search for a way to live on the moon permanently. They can give astronauts safe places to stay, similar to how Tesla's safety improvements have changed the way people are protected in cars. There isn't much ice on the moon, which adds another level of difficulty because water is needed to survive in space for a long time. So these caves not only keep people safe, but they could also be very important for future moon travel and possible settlement. As we talked about how far SpaceX has come in terms of innovation today, you may have been wondering how this all relates to Tesla, especially in terms of its stock price. Even though there isn't a clear financial link between SpaceX's success and Tesla's market performance, it is still important because both companies are led by Elon Musk and their technological advances and brand strength are similar. When SpaceX does something truly amazing, it shows how well Musk can lead with vision and how well his team can keep big promises. People's views on these things often make investors more confident in both SpaceX and Tesla. Innovating materials and technologies created for space travel could also be used in Tesla's cars, which could lower costs and make them safer and more efficient. It depends on many market conditions, investor opinion, and bigger economic factors, how much your Tesla investment might grow in response to changes at SpaceX and other factors. I can't say for sure what the results will be because of speculative risk, but I can give you a general idea of how such an investment might do if things go well. At the present price of $200 per share, putting $11,000 into Tesla stock would give you 55 shares. Then the growth of your investment would rely on how much Tesla's stock price goes up. This could happen if the company makes progress and the public has a good opinion of both Tesla and SpaceX. Let's look at an annual growth rate for a market that is doing well and investors who continue to believe in Tesla's plan and execution. Based on the idea of a 12.5% monthly growth rate,